Hello, I'm Patric Stillman here at the studio door, and today for Creative InnerView we have Gloria Muriel, who's a fine artist and muralist. Welcome.
Hola.
How are you today?
I am good.
Great. So we like to explore creativity and what it means for an artist. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey? Where did you come from and how did you get involved in the arts?
I was born in Mexico City, and then I think when I was 5 years old, we moved to Mexicali because my mom's family is from there. Mexicali is a desert. It's about 2 hours from here. So it's pretty boring. I think that's where my creativity came out. If you don't get creative doing something, then I don't know, you get depressed.
Right. So what kind of creativity were you doing then? How did it come out?
See, I would draw my walls, my room. I would get paint all over, you know, the floor, the carpet. And my mom, bless her, she wouldn't say anything. She'd be like, oh, okay, well, she needs to be her, you know. She let me be. So I would live in my room, just paint my stereo or do cartoons all day or get busy making music or making songs, and yeah.
So it started at a very early age, and then when did it become something more serious?
Out of college, there were so many things I wanted to be that had to do with either art or getting to know Earth, like anthropologists or paleontologists or oceanologists and water, you know, all the elements. But I also started to paint and color theory. So I wanted to study fine arts in Mexico City, but I think my parents couldn't handle me being too far away. So I went to graphic design in Tijuana, in Universidad Iberoamericana in Tijuana, and I got to try most of the art techniques, because graphic design was so young. Like we were starting digital, you know.
Okay.
Didn't have like computers. Those computers were beginning, and I don't know, Illustrator, Photoshop, you were just getting your hands into it, and I thought it was complicated. I just wanted to get my hands with paint, you know.
Sure.
Like do stuff, not be sitting at a desk. But now with the iPad, I can take it.
So you embrace technology.
I do. Once I met the practicality of it, of taking a picture, and now then you can just put it on the iPad, like draw a mural basically and render it and show it to your client, and here. You don't have to wait and sketch and do what are the sketch papers? I used to work with sketch papers. I have my studio and it's full of rolls and rolls and rolls of sketches. Nice,
like many artists, right? So you were talking about some of your other interests. Did that carry through into your artwork? The interest of oceanography and
I think so. Maybe with this painting you can see, well, water or earth elements a lot into my art. It's like maybe a morph from nature, human nature, hybrid. I don't know.
Yeah, when I look at your artwork, I definitely get a feeling that there's some sort of mythology and connection to the universe. Yeah. Would you say that's true?
I agree, and I like that also the spectator is feeling that. So that's kind of like I'm doing good, you know? It's like they're feeling the earth with them, or the connectivity with them, with themselves, the journey of finding yourself as an artist too, as a human.
Do you find that your creative journey is being expressed through your art?
Yeah, to see, like, it's interesting to just listen to the viewer. Like, at what point of your life are you reflecting your feelings, or this art is going through you as you're living your own life right here. I'm having my own process, you're having your own. What do you see? So this is, my journey of maybe, finding myself through art, through nature, through trying to be happy, you know, and see if you can make that connection with anyone.
So it's like a dialogue then between you and the viewer.
Yeah, because I don't like to talk that much. I want them to
Nice.
just sit and, oh, I get it. Or just have their own conclusion of, it's
Sure.
very individual, it's very subjective art. You can feel different things, It depends on what you're going through.
So this piece here, tell me what the title is.
I don't know yet. But it's through an experience last year at a sweat lodge, at a Temazcal. You are just like going into the womb. You prepara this place where it's pretty small, and you go into a womb because it's gonna get really hot. Yeah.
Right?
So there's some rocks that come in. They call it las abuelas or the grandmothers because they've been here. They're lava rocks. They've been here for so many years. So you kind of connect with your ancestors. You connect with yourself through the womb. It's like rebirthing, letting go a lot of stuff that you've had, maybe in that connection with your mom, with your dad. And everything has a meaning, the water, the earth, the fire, the air. So you're just being grateful and letting go of stuff.
What a great journey.
Yeah.
And then how did that come to be then through this painting?
So this one, I had this canvas, and I like sometimes just painting for myself because I'm doing a lot of commissions lately with the fine art or murals that have to be a subject of the client, to make everyone happy, but within my style, But this one is like, what am I gonna paint? And it was it's not just the sweat lodge, it's the whole before, the journey that got me in that release that, I don't know, that I wanted to communicate here. So this one is just for myself. I don't
That's
know if I want to show it somewhere. I just brought it for the show. It's a very a personal experience.
Yeah, art can be very personal. I know that I've seen your murals, your large works, all across the greater San Diego region. We've seen it in Tijuana, here in San Diego. How did you get involved in murals? It's rare for a woman to be involved in murals when you first started.
Yeah, through males. Friends
right?
that are through guys which I'm really grateful to, friends that are also artists, and they push me through, like Mike Amarillo, who you met. He pushed me through, like, you should start painting walls. And I was like, no, it's too much for me. They're so big. I'm so exposed. Too many people watching you, and you don't. Sometimes they don't understand the process, but now I'm like, okay, I can talk them through them. At the beginning, I was like, I'm wearing headphones, I'm wearing hat, I'm wearing sunglasses. You guys talk, I get really nervous, yeah. And heights too. That's another subject. I'm afraid of heights. So it's like a lot of therapy. It's like, okay, let's do this.
So how many years have you been doing murals?
Since 2011.
Wow, so quite a few years.
Yeah.
And how many murals do you have?
I don't know, because then they buff them. And then
they come and go?
They come and go.
How do you feel about that?
Well, that's also a learning, and fine artist is one thing and urban artist is another one. Like, your mural might not live the next day. So you need to know how to let go. You need to be like, okay, sign, thank you, picture, because it might be either tagged or buffed, or maybe the client doesn't like it, and he's gonna just paint it white again,
That would be soul crushing, I think.
I know, and I'm very attached to my pieces, to my fine art, so you learn how to let go easily. Not easily, because I can also buff my own art, I'm the one.
What do you mean by
like,
buff your own art?
Well, if I go a little bit hormonal, I don't know, if I see an art and I don't like it, one of my pieces,
right?
And it's been up in a show, I can buff it. I can just be like, I don't like it, and I'll be like, okay, again,
and bring new life
so
to it.
I don't mind anymore on the walls.
Nice.
I'm like, oh yeah. Or if my friends say, oh, you buffed my own, I'm like, oh, yeah, I buffed my own. Like, it's fine. So yeah, I can let go easily of some pieces.
So a lot of
Wow.
people think of you as a muralist mainly, but you also do a lot of paintings and sketches, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the mediums you're working in and how that's different from your murals.
I've always liked painting with brushes on canvases. Most of my murals are done with brushes, and I can spray paint too, but if I prefer brushes. Illustration, I've always liked illustrating, so the drawing, I love just ballpoint pen. So I prefer like microns, ultra fine. So it's completely the opposite of doing a wall or fine art, because you can always go over it. And if you do a micron or markers, you can't. It's a story that's already there. You can't erase it. You can't buff it again. So it's kind of there, and you have to work with it, no? Mm-hmm. With the line and all that. So.
In your fine art, do we see characters like in this painting? Is it figurative work? Is it more abstract?
I think it's finer, a little finer, more personal version in my drawings. Mm-hmm. A little bit more personal. I don't tend to sell them like my sketches. I keep them. Yeah, most of my sketches or my black book sketches, I tend to not have kind of like a journal. And then the ones that go for a client, if sometimes they go to the client, or I keep them too as a proof. The paintings are also my fine art. I can keep going with this piece, and the walls are like, paint them fast, let go.
So it sounds to me like your small works, mm-hmm. your paintings, and your large works, your murals, really are tied together in the same voice that you have.
Yeah.
Nice.
I only have one.
Only one voice,
Only one me. Yeah.
Great. Where do you see that going into the future? Will you be working with other mediums?
I hope so. I want to try ceramics, and just another way of expressing myself, a little bit more 3D. If I can do sculpture, that'll be fun. To even working with wood, just doing some 3D of like a wooden character will be fun.
And would you be creating these things for yourself, or would you be doing it for a show or even public art?
Yeah, that would be fun. Sometimes things happen, and I like to do 3D, or I would like to do an installation for a garden, and then later someone comes with a nonprofit that wants to do an installation for a garden. I'm like, oh, great. Now it's a good excuse for me to do a 3D piece, and it comes.
When you look towards the future about where your career is going, do you just sort of let things happen as they come along? Or are you like, I'm going to try to get to this spot? How do you work as an artist when you think about where you're going from today into tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. So it's really hard for me to plan more than 3 months away or 2 months. Because I do just the plan without a plan, things come but I also just need to, what I like is just plant seeds, or clients but never stop. And then they start growing and blooming, and it starts placing itself. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't work, of course. It's just either waiting and trusting that everything's meant. Yeah, it's fun.
It sounds great. You have a very relaxed sort of style with your life and your art, which I think is really interesting. Are you dedicated to your art, or do you do other things to support yourself?
No, I'm full-time.
Yeah,
full-time
full-time creating.
Full-time creating.
It's so interesting to see this whole world developing around you. And
it's you have no rules too. You have to also make never stop. My rule is just never stop creating, because that's all I have. I don't know what I would do else.
It's great. We seem very fearless when it comes to
No, it's scary.
doing things.
It's super scary, but I don't know if I would do it. What do I do,
So what
Like,
advice do
already
you
here.
give to other artists who may be afraid of trying new things?
That just don't stop creating. They'll just like, because I've heard of the blah, 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 blah. I'm an artist and I do this. And I go, oh, yeah, well, cool. So where's your stuff? Like, oh, well. It's like, no, just do. You don't have to talk and talk. Just do it. And then we'll not be afraid to show it. And then just trust the journey.
Fabulous. So where is it that we can find more of your work and more information about you?
You can always go to my website and you can contact me there, gloriamuriel.com, my name. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. Yeah, what else? I don't Twitter.
No
It's too
tweets.
much. Yeah, no tweets. I
Well,
don't
thank
understand
you
that.
so much for being a part of Creative InnerView.
Thank
We're
you.
happy to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming out and listening to another broadcast of Creative InnerView. Until next time, stay creative.